Welcome to Session 5 of Unforeseen Heroes. The party is currently in the ancient Thessalonian Skymetal Workshop beneath Rusthenge in the tiny village of Iron Harbor on Chakakoth Isle. They have been trying to track down Ordwi, an elder from their hometown of Osprey's Cove that they were escorting, who has gone missing after meeting with the Gormite priests who run Iron Harbor. The story they've pieced together thus far: a Thessalonian named Metramar arrived in Iron Harbor aboard the Swordfish about a week before you arrived in town. Metramar quickly gained the ear of High Priest Nor Ragol. The entire clergy was subjected to a test of some sort to identify those who had strayed from Gorham. But the result seems to have corrupted most of the Gormites, including the High Priest, into a cult of Zar Azmak, a deceased demon lord of rust and decay. While exploring the Skymetal Workshop, they found a group of friendly boggards from deeper below who are currently blocked from accessing their way home. The cultists, they say, have descended deeper into the Darklands. The party rushed in quick pursuit, only to have to turn back after pushing their luck one time too many. And now, after resting, they are more thoroughly exploring the Skymetal Workshop before continuing their pursuit. In this forge, they are locked in combat with a pair of demonic wretches as we resume. And we are currently in the middle of combat. It is round 2, beginning of the round. Vanarel, you are up. I will unpause the game. Everyone has had a hero point refreshed if you were missing any.
All right. Well, I seem to recall from last time this thing that's right next to me hitting me really, really hard. So I think I need to repay the favor. I am still going to flurry him as best I possibly can.
That is a miss. And that will be a hit.
Well, at least we got one to commit. Hopefully that hurts him just as hard as it hurts me, because I think I'm reeling a little bit.
It looks like it. He definitely took all the damage, but he looks excited to have the hammering competition with you. Of course, he has a two-handed hammer that's burning hot, and you just have your little light hammers, and he may have the better of that match.
In general, they are pretty slow. Maybe hit and run?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. With actually, I can get just one more swipe in because that my flurry is one action. I'm going to get one more shot in with him with the Warhammer. Hopefully, something to even it out.
Looks like your fear is leading you astray.
Yeah, well, they are really, really big hammers. All right, yeah, I am going to see if I can get myself somewhere. Really much places I can go, these guys won't immediately follow. But I will give it a shot trying to move across to there if that's a viable square next to this
Sure.
forge. Okay. And that is me.
Dezi.
Okay. Well, Dezi doesn't want to retreat, giving Libbiel's behind them, and right now they're giving a flank to Daegron. So I think I'm going to mutter some occult words, and my tattoo flares up, and a shield appears in front of me. And then we're going to try a very short-range Divine Lance to, as a arc of holy light springs from my hands towards the creature directly.
That will hit it. It seems to burn a little bit extra from that. You see smoke rising off of the dretch where the lance hit it, and it does turn its attention to you. And it is now that one's turn. Let's find out how many actions it will get this turn. It gets its normal complement of actions. So it is going to start off by attempting to bash you with its heated light mace. More of a forge hammer, but it looks like it misses on the first attempt. It tries again. Misses a second time. And then it cowers down and is protecting itself from attack. It will be getting a bonus on its AC for the next round, which unfortunately I don't have a effect to drag onto it, so we'll also have to watch it. Up next is the second one. Let's see what it gets for its actions. It only gets one action this turn, so it's going to move into the flank on Daegron, but that's all it has to do this turn. It's feeling very slothful and very much like, it doesn't want to work that hard to kill you all. Libbiel is up next. Libbiel is not here at the moment, so I will be running Libbiel's character. And I believe Libbiel's normal go-to would be a live wire, so we'll probably do that as 2 actions. That looks like the best one. So we'll do a live wire on the flanked one, not that this will get any benefit from that. Libbiel misses, but still gets the damage from the electricity, which is going to be 1 point. 1 point of damage got through from that. And after that, I'll say she's going to try to aid Daegron's attack, distracting it a little with that little lightning zap. And it is now Daegron's turn.
Help there. He is going to bring the axe over and try to get himself out of a flank here. So he's going to swing. He'll get, you said a +1 here?
+1. That's going to miss because of its cowering, though. Yeah, you hit by 3, but it has a bonus of 4, so that will miss.
Your aid wasn't a critical success, was it?
The aid would not have been a critical success. Let me just double check.
Well, even then, it still wouldn't.
No, that would have turned it into a hit.
Oh, okay.
But no, +5 on ranged attacks. It needs to be +6.
Okay, and then I think he's going to raise his weapon up for his dueling parry here, and then he'll reach back towards the other one and he'll try to shove them away. Oh, that's no good.
That's a regular fail, not a critical fail. Nothing bad happens to you.
And then that'll be all 3, and he kind of just positions himself to try to fend them off while other people can get some damage in.
I feel like the dretch you tried to push, managed to keep the head of that heated warhammer in front of him at all times, and you couldn't find a way to get your hands around to push him. Vanarel, beginning of round 3.
All right, so see if I can assist with this focus fire here, going for the one that is closest to Dezi.
It's also hunkered down versus the other one, which could have so up to you.
Right, that is true. It's looking rather armored, isn't it? Oh yeah, well, plus also I have the other one targeted right now as my hunted prey, so I'll stick with that then. Alright, for my first action, I'm going to slide back into a flank here. For my second, let me see if I can make his life a little bit harder. I am going to try and trip him first. As soon as this cooperates with me.
Let's see. That was the acrobatics check to trip.
Oh, I apologize. That was me hitting the wrong button.
I can take the same roll. What's the difference on your modifier?
It's too higher.
2 higher, so it's a 25. That is a success. Trip is against reflex DC. That's a critical success. So he is
all right,
prone
well.
and taking a D6. Roll the D6.
I will give him an extra D6 of embarrassment. 1 point. We'll take what we can get.
Yep, he is taking it.
All right, and now that he is on the ground with my third and final action, I will just flurry upon him with these new hammers.
Feels like you're aiming for his head, but you forgot that you tripped him, so it just went right through the space. That would have been a nice solid hit if he'd still been standing.
Yeah, it's the old habits that die hard. So I'll go for that haymaker first.
Yep, both swings went right through the air where a normally standing Dretch would have been.
All right, well, at least he's on the ground. All right, that is me.
Dezi.
Seeing Daegron miss, I think we're going to aim at the far one for now. And I will, once again, try to fire a lance of divine energy at them.
That will miss.
Sounds like this right now. Since they're going for me, I think I'm going to re-up my shield.
Okay. The one flanked is up next. Oh, I guess they're both flanked. It only gets one action this turn. What's it going to choose to do? No one hit it recently. But Dezi still looks easier to hit than Daegron, so I think he's going to go for Dezi. Winds up with that heated hammer and lands a solid blow. For 11 points of damage. 2 fire, 9 bludgeoning. And that was its turn, though.
I clicked block, but it didn't take. Hold on.
The one on the ground gets its usual full complement of actions. It will spend 1 action standing up. I suspect Daegron has something to say about that.
Yep, he'll swing with a reactive strike as it stands. Oh,
That will hit, though. Because it's flanked.
Yep. Nice. Barely. Okay, so damage here.
Good solid whack. That one looks about half dead at this point in time. It has 2 actions left. It's going to lash out at Daegron. It thinks that's the winning move right now while it has flanking. And it does land a solid hit. For 12 points of damage. And then it's going to cower down and try to at least boost its AC while it knows it's flanked. Libbiel is up next. Libbiel will, I think, basically do the same thing. We're going to live wire the close one. Little shaft of wire flies out, lands true this time. For 4 more points of damage to the Dretch. And then this time, There's no cooldown on aids, so I think she will try to aid Daegron again. Try to keep it looking this way. Keep it. Looks like it's not distracted this time though, so no bonus to Daegron. And Daegron, you're up.
I think we'll just switch over to the other one now that it's unable to cower, and we'll swing at one between me and Dezi. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
That is a
He
crit.
just brings it down over his head with both hands. Oh, but we rolled minimum damage. And then he might as well, he'll use his second attack, and then one more on him here.
That's another hit.
Ooh, I think that should another one that should have forceful though, so I believe that's 2 more damage.
Okay. So it doesn't have the forceful trait taken into account?
I forgot. You have to check it off.
Got it.
You
Okay.
do it.
It is still
And then
up.
for his third, now that he's pissed this one off, he's going to raise his weapon again and get ready to kind of hold it off.
Vanarel.
All right. Well, I've got this one between myself and Daegron, so we'll keep the assault going here. I feel like I have a good thing kind of put together here, so I'm going to try this again. I'm going to do try to trip him up first. And I'll even hit the correct thing this time.
You're going to trip yourself.
Oh, jeez. Hey, this is a good theme I have going on here.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, if nothing else, I'm consistent, I guess.
What is this good thing going you speak of?
Work in progress. Okay, so it looks like with my current travel setup, I'm unable to get to the reroll with the hero points, which is my intention.
Oh, okay. I can do that for you, I believe.
Okay.
Reroll using a hero point.
Yes, I'd much rather have it be on the ground.
Okay, I will take off the prone on you, as you now got a critical success on him again. So you can roll a d6 for damage on it.
There we go. This is the good thing I had in theory.
Okay. You've caught yourself slightly off balance as you tried to trip him, and then managed to use that kind of to lure him into being overextended and threw him to the ground.
All right. Well, pulling myself back up with the force of tossing him on the ground, I will see if I can hit something besides the floor tiles next to him this time.
That will miss. That will hit.
Okay, there we go. I think we have an idea going now. All right, and then I will trip him, and I get one last shot on him. Hopefully, I can just keep him on the ground. My third and final strike coming down on top.
That
of
will
his.
miss.
Well, the floor's getting a little beaten up around here.
Dezi.
Dezi's looking back and forth between these two relatively damaged things, wretches. Remind me, is one hunkered down, or I think no at this point?
The one that Vanarel was hitting was hunkered down.
Okay,
And
I'll
tripped,
just
so
go-
it's almost offsetting penalties, not quite.
I mean, yeah, I'll still go for the closer one. Since the Divine Lance seems to be working well, I'm going to just continue firing Holy Light at it. Not
That
hitting.
will miss.
I don't have shield because I used it last time. I'm actually just gonna move out the way, right? That's a better. That seems good.
Okay. The highly damaged one is up next. It will be getting only a single action this turn. And since Dezi moved away, it will use that action against Daegron. And you hear a voice in your head. It's screaming in some language out loud that none of you understand. But the voice in your head, you hear it saying, "I don't want to go back to work." And it will hit Daegron for 10 points of damage. That was its whole turn. The other one will be getting its full complement of actions this turn. So, it saw standing up was a bad idea last time. And it's naturally a little lazy. He's going to stay on the ground and swing at Daegron at least once and see what happens. It managed to hit, sweeping around your legs with its hammer for 9 more points.
Ouch.
It's going to try that again, given that that worked. And missed. This time he managed, he hit the floor next to you. It's a little hard maneuvering from attacking from the floor. He had hoped to stand up after knocking you down, but that did not work. He will cower down again, making himself tiny and hard to hit. Libbiel will shoot off a live wire at the close one. And miss. And
These are the cursed.
yes. She's going to step in to give Daegron the flank. Hopefully that means we can finish off one. Daegron.
Yeah, as Libbiel kind of steps in to kind of get its attention, he's going to, seeing it heavily injured, try to make things a little more on their side here.
That hits because of the flank. So
Excellent. Not minimum damage. That's good.
and that one dies and slowly discorporates into a putrid pile of black sludge.
Yeah, it kind of just
Ew.
like hacks the one leg off as it kind of topples to the ground, and like as it hits, it starts to like dissolve, and then he spins around and goes for the remaining one. Gets to use sweep here.
That will also hit. That one is still up,
Seeing as
though.
it's still there.
It is still there. Does look like it's starting to
going to-
become mist or something.
Yeah, he's throws kind of away here and just swings down with the axe for like a just wild third flail.
And that will miss because it's cowering and just
Ooh,
making itself a tiny target.
it just like slips off the side and sinks into the ground next to him, and he's a little exposed now.
Vanarel.
All right. Well, this thing shrunk himself down. We're in the right place. Just gonna try and use him as an anvil since he's on the ground still. Let's start with the flurry.
That will hit.
All right, good start.
And that one goes away. We are out of initiative. No one is currently dying. People are in somewhat rough shape, but we can be out of combat. To give you the flavor text for this room again, because you probably has been a whole week, let me get that for you right now. A different forge stands in the east, west, and southern wings of this room, each accompanied by an anvil of different sizes. A hammer sits across the top of the largest anvil. All three forges burn hot, filling the room with a dry heat. Large shaped plates of iron litter the room, leaning against various walls.
Daegron, you all right there, big guy? You're looking a little,
Oh, he's like
it's-
singed.
Yeah,
I could use a little help.
I'll tell you what. How about if I take a quick look around the room? Vanarel, are you able to patch him up?
Yeah. Yeah, and Vanarel's still kind of is cleaning off his hammers, but yeah, I can definitely help out.
I've got the wand that I can use, if we need a little more, but I figure I'll investigate the room while you're doing some work.
Yeah. So what are these things? They're like, what is a dretch? I don't know if we ever figured that out.
They were like,
think-
yeah, you figured it out, Vanarel. I think you said they were evil type things that were like, well, you said they were weak to holy and cold iron, so there must be some sort of demon or devil.
Yes, I think you would have already known they are the weakest of the demons. They are vicious and cruel. They are very slothful. They are born from the souls of the slothful. They are often even below kind of the rank of grunts or foot soldiers in demonic armies. They're kind of even too weak for that. But they are commonly summoned by various mortals to serve them, and they hate work. They often will make a mockery of work. That looked like maybe is what they were doing here, with just heating up their warhammers in the forge.
Oh, hey, this would have helped, I say as I lift a hammer. Looks like it's made of cold iron. And I guess it's a hammer. I'll pass it to Vanarel. It's in the chest there.
Take a look at that.
Hmm. Okay.
And as you
I'll pull out my wand. I'll use this wand on you, Daegron. It seems like you could really use it. Maybe Vanarel, try to patch yourself up. You're also looking pretty bad.
Sounds good.
And looking around the room a bit more now that you have some time here, in addition to some weirdly shaped plates scattered around the room, you also found a couple of partially destroyed or ripped up sketches. You need to do a little bit of work probably to reassemble them. They do seem to show a suit of armor of some kind.
Oh, what would be best for that? Would be crafting or?
Crafting would be the most appropriate.
Yeah, I think Daegron is trained in crafting. He's a novice blacksmith of sorts, so he's going to take a look at this and see if he can figure anything out about it. And I might even roll a hero point on that.
No, you can tell from looking at all these things, it did look like they were trying to make a very large statue suit of armor. It's hard to tell. The sense of scale isn't quite there, but it does look larger than a human would wear. It does look very similar to the constructs you fought in the entryway, but scaled up greatly. It does not look like they ever finished it, though. It looked like the project was abandoned.
And kind of just points it to him, goes, something bigger than we thought. The entrance looked like it doesn't look like they finished it.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
Doesn't look like these things were continuing the work either. So I guess we're lucky there.
This room's a little uncomfortable, but at least there's only one way in. Do we want to take another hour here and just take a breather?
There is a second door, just in case you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't see it there. Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy things we could put in front of that door, though.
And if anything, we're not like necessarily sleeping. We just need an hour for him to be able to attempt again on it.
Yeah, I think that probably makes sense. Since we're going to be staying here, Vanarel, you mind trying to patch me up before we sit around for a bit?
Yeah, sure. clean the
seems
ground.
weird. I don't know where these creatures came from. I mean, as far as we know, only one person came over on the boat, right?
I think a lot of these creatures have been here for a while. You've seen this place. They seem to use anything they can get their hands on.
Oh, you think this was some sort of recruiting effort then?
Maybe. Or maybe they just came across this area and thought it would be a fun time to pretend to work.
Well, they brought the one splitty face person over, right? They had one on the boat. So, I mean, at least one of them came from there.
Oh, the weird plant thing dog. Yes.
Oh, yes, sorry, plant dog.
Yeah,
No,
they
but
brought
there was
that.
the
Oh,
there
and
was
the
the thing in
Sinspawn,
the
yes.
crate, and then they also had an one of the forget the
Sin
sin
spawn.
spawn with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a large one.
So they must have known. I mean, if they did come from here, they must have known that other ones were here. I assume.
Yeah, well, you heard the our friends, the Toad people. They were saying that they hadn't seen those Sin spawn over there before,
Yeah. I don't know.
and if they maybe there's a way past them, but I haven't seen it yet. There was no other ways down there that we saw.
I mean, unless they came from below, and these are all they just started populating this area once they got here. Oh, but you're right. It's the our frog friends came from below too. So I'm not sure.
Probably won't know more until we go and check it out ourselves.
There. What do you think, Vanarel? You're always so quiet.
I'm just hoping that they don't grow that fast. Because we're having a hard time taking them out one or two at a time. Trying to find Ordwi.
Do we
Well,
want to do? Are we okay to do another set of healing checks and then see about moving on?
Sure.
How we feel.
Alright, Vanarel will get his tools back out and we'll try to get something put together. I feel like I've got the grime off of everybody, so everyone's nice and clear on their wounds.
Don't bother doing me. I'm only down a little bit. I was doing me because we had a full hour. So
I'm assuming you also closed the door while you were doing that, right?
yeah.
Yes. Alright.
There you go.
Here, Daegron. Oh,
that
alright.
better?
Well, that's all I needed. It was just an hour to study about this.
Desi's gonna also kind of like listen at that door while they're doing some work over there.
Yep. Dagger kind of turns and thanks Vanarel, and he'll go over next to kind of guard him and next to Dezi here to keep an eye on the door.
Yeah, you got it.
Dezi, you would hear some muffled chanting. It sounds like coming from that hallway. Muffled. It's you barely hear it. Like, you only hear it every now and then when it kind of rises in volume.
Sounds like maybe more of the cultists are either through here or a little further down.
Good thing to keep our eye out for.
Step back. Let whoever wants to proceed.
Yep. And as we discussed, Bane, I'm I changed my exploration to defend.
Mm-hmm.
And after Dezi kind of heard that and told him, he will lean out and open this door up. So
You see about a 40-foot hallway that ends in another door.
Okay, yeah, he's going to warily walk forward, checking, doing perception checks, just seeing if there's pill holes or a trap in here. The last time he walked into one of these kind of hallways, it didn't go great.
Okay. While you're doing that, though, you would not be defending, but you can give me your
Yes.
perception check.
Yep.
You feel pretty certain there's nothing dangerous in this hallway.
Okay. So he continues. He continues on to the end, and then he's going to resume his defend here, and he'll listen at the door.
Okay. You can give me a new perception at the door then. Yeah, you definitely hear um, you hear a grinding sound. You hear like a staticky electricity type of sound, and across it all, you hear a little bit of chanting and a little bit of like murmuring of. You can't make out the words through the wall, but it does sound like a little bit like giving directions or timing of something. Like now, do it, stop. Those that kind of rough feel.
Yeah, it seems like we should stop whatever's going on.
Okay, and he'll just let you know that they're hearing strange things from down in here, and he'll prepare yourself, and he'll open he'll test the door to see if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked, and we'll pause right there.
Yep.
Torches illuminate this 15-foot high chamber. A pair of massive rusted columns loom in the large alcoves to the east and the south, each fitted with complex hinge armatures and dropping lengths of wire that connect them to one of the large metallic workbenches. Gears grind slowly, and glowing crystals periodically pulse from these work tables. A stone well, 10 foot in diameter, stands in the center of the room. Between these two strange work tables, capped with a stone slab engraved with a singular broad rune with 3 downward spikes. Bookshelves line the northern wall, but most of the contents have fallen into ruin, save one now faded red tome near the center of the northern wall. And you see 3 cultists in this room to share the artwork for them. I think you've seen both of these before. There's 2 of these guys and 1 of this variety. So they're all dressed in kind of rust-colored or maybe even rusted cloth. You're not sure how you rust cloth, but maybe it's just rust has rubbed off on the cloth from metal. So very solid kind of brownish orange, somewhat maniacal looks, and mostly armed with daggers. And
And as Daegron enters the room, he lets out a war cry and calls back. And he goes, "More of the cultists," and he'll raise his axe up.
Yep. You can roll initiative. I think I have you all toggled in. Okay, looks like... Oh, I forgot to roll for Libby. There we go. Okay. Daegron, you are up first. And we are unpaused.
Okay. With a shout here, he charges forward with that battle cry towards the closest to try to even the odds here. And as he charges, he raises his neck splitter high and tries to kind of pull him into it with a snagging strike.
Easily done. You caught him a little off guard, it looks like. They were very focused on making adjustments to these tables. And you have killed that one.
And then he is going to... Let's see here. I think he will, with that bellow, as he kind of cuts this one and just slams the axe down, he's going to try to intimidate the closest one here. His intimidate check.
That is a critical success. This guy is frightened too.
And then he kind of like raises his axe and gestures for them to kind of bring it up.
I don't think you have an action for that.
Move,
strike,
yeah, you're
demoralize.
Right. Let me move that for you.
Yep. So no dueling parry.
There we go.
The cultist is up next, who screams, "There are too many for us. Release and run." And it spends an action releasing or pushing the lid off the top of that well. And a new creature is visible now.
Ooh.
That looks something like this inside the well. It is
Put it back.
It is a horrible sludge-colored, mucus and mud that also has a little bit of rainbow glistening, kind of like an oil slick, very bulbous. It's obviously not just liquid. There's something alive about it. So that was its first action. Its second action is going to be to run away from you all. Let's see. It's going to take... Yeah, it can get there with its second action. So it got up to a door. And we're up to Vanarel, who hasn't seen what's going on. Other than the artwork being shown.
Not yet, no. So I will hop in and... I've heard a bunch of things going on. Let me move in. See what the deal is. Oh. Oh, God.
Welcome
Daegron,
to
what
the
is
psychedelic
that?
blob room. Psychedelic blob.
I thought it was your job to figure out what it is, Vanarel.
Yeah, I just hit things.
Yeah, but if somebody could help me out initially, that'd be nice too. All right. So this thing is still inside the well. Is that?
Yes,
right?
it's going to take one action to get out of the well. So it would have some cover unless... It's going to have total cover unless you're next to the well.
Can you put the lid back on?
It's a heavy stone lid. You think it might take two of you acting together might be able to wrestle it back on. Easier to push off than it was to put back on.
Okay. Would that be like just working with trying to coordinate this? Would it be one action to make that happen, or one action with coordinated?
That's a good question. We're not really set up for that kind of... This is an ad hoc ruling. I'm going to say you'll need a hand free and an athletics check to aid on whoever's doing the first action of it, and a hand free and the athletics check for the actual check for whoever does the second piece of it.
Gotcha.
Do you want? Can you ready for that? Does that make sense? Like drop a weapon and ready if you want.
I don't have the actions to do that at the current moment. I had to move in here already. All right, let me try to deal with the immediate problem here. I will move across to this other occultist fellow, and I'm just going to give him one solid crack in the head. I know these guys look crazy, but I don't recall them being very formidable.
That will miss, though.
All right, well, that's
Dezi.
my three.
So I will move in and see what's going on. I guess though I've heard a lot of stuff.
Welcome.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. And it is way over there. I do not need to be close to this thing. Move to there. I'm gonna try to figure out what this is first. Looks oozy. I'm gonna guess occultism might work here.
Sure. You think this is... Oh, what are you saying?
I think I will, if I'm able to, I will use a hero point if that is a fail or critical.
It was a critical fail, so you can go ahead and, if you can either... I don't know if you can press the macro again or reroll using hero point and account for it manually. Okay. You don't know what this is. It looks like some form of ooze, as you were guessing. The general things you know about things of this nature are that they tend to be slow and they tend to have a low AC. but you don't know any particular details about what this one is.
Maybe a hit and run tactic again. They're pretty slow. And I will, I guess, I'm gonna fire at it, and we'll see what happens with my crossbow.
It has total cover right now. It's still inside the well. There's enough of it. There was enough of it visible that I let you roll to identify it. Even that might be hard, but it's still, you can't target it with a weapon yet.
In that case, there's a perfectly valid poultice right there.
That will hit. For
damage.
You have taken out the cultist with a crossbow shot to the head. Libbiel is up next. She needs to come into the room to see what's going on. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Libby, do you know what that is?
I will have Libby do a recall knowledge. And we will do the usual Zenedrisil lore from her. And I need to make sure this is secret. Oh, this is a sin spawn, a primordial envy to be precise. It's found in the underground ruins within Ederasil. It hungers for magic, leeching it from any source it can come in contact with. These are very dangerous. And I think the main thing she would be able to tell you about them is that they do have a reaction which can basically counteract spells cast nearby it. And it can counteract and heal off of the spell. Additionally, if it grabs a creature who casts spells, it can do mental damage, make you stupefied, sometimes even drain a spell from you. So do not let casters get grabbed by this. Libbiel would have one action left, and I think Libbiel would run back in the hallway.
Yeah, I know. I don't blame
you. Wise move.
Daegron.
Yeah, maybe just, can you two lift that back on? I don't know.
Yeah, he grabs hold of the lid and starts hefting it up to try to get it in place for hopefully Vanarel to help him push it back over the top. And he'll do an athletics check here.
Yeah, you're doing a good job, but you do need a second person to finish this. What else are you doing on your turn? You're gonna need to stay in that general area.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's really anything else he would be doing besides just trying to get it in place because there's nothing else here.
Ready if it comes out. It's 2 action.
And the aid's kind of using up the reaction for that.
Yeah.
Oh, fair. Yeah, I got it.
I don't know. He's gonna screams at the ooze. He doubts this will do anything. But,
okay.
I'm assuming this is gonna be unintelligible. Hey.
So no language in common.
Whether it does anything.
So, but
that is the unintelligible. Yeah.
What is the? Yeah, it has that bonus already. It's frightened too. That can happen to it. Whoops. Don't apply it from the player view. Apply it from the GM view. There we go. Oh, and make sure.
And then, yeah, and does that use all 3 with him preparing?
I think so. At that point,
help?
yes.
Yeah.
Up next is the ooze. Sadly for you all, it will climb out. That will.
Triggers a reaction, right?
Yes.
Like, you don't have to.
Yeah, you could take it. If you take the reaction, you can't put the lid back on, but it's out of the thing. So I don't know if you want to re-lid it or not. You don't know if there's multiple down there.
No, with immediate threat, he kind of takes his hand off and swings as it starts to slither by, and it just goes wide. Probably almost drops the lid on himself.
And now it still has 2 actions left. It is going to slither over next to Dezi. And it's going to try to hit Dezi with a pseudopod that lashes out at you. It just misses you, thanks to the frightened. Because it's a little scared, it did not hit. But you could feel that it was trying to wrap its arm around you and start squeezing you. The remaining cultist, who no one can see. Come on. There we go. You hear a door open. You hear louder chanting. And you hear some yelling of, "We have to hold them off. They're coming." And you hear the door close. Vanarel.
Might I suggest we just leave and close the door? Or, go to the other room. Let's get the cultist first.
Oh, what other room was that there? I heard him, but I didn't see him anywhere.
Yeah, only Daegron had eyes on the person who fled to this general area. But no one else has seen that has even seen the person who ran there.
We know he went.
You probably hear
we heard a
something,
door
but
open, at
you didn't
least.
see him.
Yeah. You could definitely hear that that's where the door was opening and closing from.
I will delay or have others go ahead of me. I'll try to sort this out here.
Okay, I will drag you
Thank you.
till after Libbiel at least. Dezi.
Dezi's going to say, Libbiel, let's head quickly to the east. And I have no idea if this thing has AOs. I guess I'm just going to, you know what, I'll step away and then run. That's as far as
So
I
that
can
was a
come to the
step.
door.
That was a step and 2 moves. Got it.
Two moves, yeah.
Okay, Libbiel is up next. You told her to run. So 5, 10, 15, 25 is 1 move. That would be 2, sharing Vanarel square, which I know she's not doing. I just need to, whoops. And then 5, 10, 15, 20. Here and around the corner. That was a triple move from Libbiel. Vanarel.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We're getting out of here. There. This way. 30 will get me almost down the hallway. I can get down to the door.
So the
with
door
2
that
actions.
first, the door that you heard open was the door that's up here. But you don't know. There are 2 doors. It's up to you which door you want to go to. But the door that you heard
I was
open and
following
close
Libbiel.
would be the one. Yeah, Libbiel was just getting out of the way to not be the frontliner. I'm not sure what your plan wants to be, but
It sounded like it was all right. So. Sounded like it was getting out of this room and following that cultist.
okay. So that would be the door up here.
Right. Okay. I'll get to here, and then with that third action, I can open the door. But that's
Okay. Let me.
Oh.
Let me toggle some more people into initiative.
oh, we're just keeping all the fun going.
Okay. Yes. So directly in front of you, you see what looks like a slightly tougher version of the cultist than you've seen before, the one that's the more maniacal looking, right in front of the door. And behind her, you see one of the kind of the weaker cultists that you've seen. And you probably see the very edge of another one right here. There is a glowing circle on the ground, which you can see a little bit of. That
Yeah.
does feel like it is surrounding something, whether it's protecting it or warding it. You're not sure what it is doing, but there is definitely a circle going on. And as you run in, they stop chanting, which I think I just triggered on the sound effects. That was your 3 actions, I believe.
Opening the door was my third action. Yep.
Up next is one of them. It was the one that you couldn't quite see. He's going to step down to here, and he is going to throw a dagger at you. You will have, I'm going to say, 2 points of cover with the narrow hallway and the 2 of them in the way. So add 2 to your AC. We'll see if this hits. It thuds into the door, narrowly missing his ally, who yells at him for being more careful. He will then draw a second dagger. That would have been his turn. Oh, I think you're back. Daegron.
Daegron sees this, everyone kind of moving forward. He is going to follow suit and goes charging in. 10, 20, 25. Okay, and he sees there's somebody right on the other side of this door, but probably have a lot of cover from him, but not too many options. He's going to try to kind of swing the axe around the door frame here and see if he can drive them back.
I'm going to be giving probably 4 points of cover here. This is
it's
the closest thing to total cover without being total cover. But you manage to... it will not be a crit with all the cover I'm giving it, but it will be a hit.
So he smashes it for with 6 damage. It kind of like part of the haft hits the door frame to kind of lessen the damage. And he kind of calls for, he's like, we've got to push through. Let's go. And he just kind of like is getting ready to follow Vanarel if he can get through this one.
You hear a horrible screeching, chittering. It's a sound like you've never heard before coming from this other room. As this thing begins to slowly move itself into view here. That looks like this. Centipede, slug type, kind of a humpback, very bulbous and pustule ridden with a vaguely humanoid face at the very front.
A little more than vague.
Almost
a very humanoid looking face.
Almost a translucent body where you can see the vessels and the organs inside that none of them look quite right.
I think we picked the wrong door, darn it.
And it then is going to back away just a little bit. It walked through. It looked like it had been contained in that circle before that Vanarel saw when he first opened the door. But now it is escaped. That's all it's going to do. Now the ooze. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. It has to triple move, and it gets right up next to Dezi again. One of the initiates. The other one who had thrown... So this one will also throw a dagger at Vanarel. This one will have a little bit less cover than the first one did. Call it 1 point of cover. Normal cover rules. Or a soft cover in the way. And that's going to hit Vanarel.
Okay.
For 3 points of damage. And then moves and draws another dagger. The cultist in front. is going to close the door. And backs up or moves somewhere. You don't know where. Dezi.
Is the way clear yet?
As you heard the door slam.
Get in there, Vanarel. I'll wait for Vanarel at this point.
Okay, you are delaying after Vanarel. I guess that means Libbiel is probably doing the same. So let's go to Vanarel.
No pressure.
Okay. Let's reopen the door if we can.
You definitely can. If it's not letting you, I'll click it for you. There you go.
Yeah, okay. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna just get in oh jeez. The situation has not improved in here. All right. I am going to, with my second action, I will.
Keep in mind, that's your third.
Oh, that's right, because I opened the door.
Yep.
Yep.
Open the door, strode
All right.
in. Saw that
Okay,
you're kind of surrounded now.
Oh, yep, sure am. All right, my third action, I'm going to just strike this cultist to the north of me. When in doubt, clobber someone so you're less surrounded.
That is going to crit.
There you go.
Just knock this one, just swinging around, like through the cultist into the wall a bit.
Yeah, you basically just
Trying to
barrel
clear the
that
way.
one out of the way, crushing him against the wall with your hammer. He slumps to the floor, no longer having a skull. Dezi.
Dezi would want to make sure Libby gets in first. You don't have to switch our orders, but at least for this round, just have Libby go first.
Okay, I will move Libby. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I need to do that to not go through the wall. 25. She's not going to, she can't stop there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gets to the far end of the room. And what does Libbiel have as a one action?
Shields.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll use shield. And now go ahead, Dezi.
Well, Dezi needs to get into the room, so I'll start with that. Can someone move me behind?
Yep.
Daegron?
If you're getting stuck, I know, because the Z order there can cause some problems. Oops, we got you double moved, it looked like. Did you get in the
Yes,
wall?
sorry.
There you go.
Okay, I see this. Yep, that all looks good. I'm happy. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ready to close the door after Daegron goes.
Very good. I like the sound of that.
Thank you, thank you.
Rust, one of the initiates who is still alive. Yeah, he's gonna move. He's gonna move forward, trying to keep you bottled up here. He's gonna target Vanarel and strike you twice with his dagger.
Bring
Miss
the hammers up defensively.
and a miss. Daegron.
Okay, Daegron will come squeeze past into the room, slide down into this little box.
Watch out for that
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, he sees the gross thing, slug thing down below him, but he sees the one that he managed to catch a glancing wound on in the hallway, and he's going to look to finish this off. So with his second action, with snagging strike on this one to the right.
That is going to hit.
Another 8 points of damage.
Yeah, that one is looking beat up and panicked and likely to keep running away and trying to find anyone else to throw at you.
And I think he's going to try to stop them from getting more help, and he swings low at the legs and tries to take it out. He's going to hero point that.
Okay. That was a
We just
strike.
went to a 1 instead.
Yeah, as I said, but it never goes. It doesn't become a crit fail. My house rule.
And he's just trying to clear what out he can, but kind of flails with his last attack.
That little weird creature thing is up next, and it is going to try to bite Daegron. It will hit you. Starts chomping on your leg. There's 6 points of damage. It tries a second one. Misses, and it tries a third. And misses. You hear something pounding on the door.
Don't answer.
Let's see. You're seeing cracks form through the door, but it is not open. You cannot target through these cracks, but you do suspect the door will break next round. It is a cultist. This is the one who seems to be a little smarter or maybe a little more scared. You're not sure which. She's going to try to run away. Don't think you've used your reaction yet, Daegron. You will hit. She did not get to move. She is dead. Vanarel.
Okay, there is one of these guys in here still. So I will swing around him to... There we go. Just to get opposite him. I will just size him up to get the hunt and prey, but I really feel kind of rushed here. So it was kind of like just looking him up and down, like, yeah, he would not like it if he took a hammer right there. And I'm just going to flurry on this guy.
Let's see. That, I believe, is going to be a hit. Wasn't targeted. Yes, that is a hit. Do you need help getting the damage roll, or are you okay?
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage here.
You have taken out that one. I think you have one action remaining. There is still the weird centipede-like creature in the room.
No, because I had to move, hunt prey.
Move, hunt prey, and strike. That is your whole turn. Dezi.
Dezi's gonna move away from the pounding door and see what's going on. There's a slug there. Is the space to the south of it fittable or no?
No. The space to the south of it is that work table.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna move out of the way. And then I think we will... I'm going to try to figure out what that is again. So I'll recall now.
Yes, you would know this is a larva. This is the petitioners in the abyss. So when a mortal dies who is destined to go to the abyss, this is the form that they initially appear in. over time, multiple larvas that are the same sins will coalesce into various demons. So this is like a proto-demon before it's become a demon. So it is even weaker than the dretches you were just fighting. Dretches would often be formed of 5 or 6 of these that have kind of come together at some point in time. What would you like to know about it in particular?
I guess let's do weaknesses because I'm guessing cold iron / holy might work.
It does not have any weakness of that kind. I will give you instead its immunities, which are disease or poison.
Fair enough. Okay, it's another form of demon, but less than those ones we fought back there. In last section, I'm gonna cast guidance on Daegron.
Okay, I will do Libbiel's turn. Libbiel is going to... I think that's going to be fine. But does not want to step into that magic circle, so has to move around the outside of it, I think, to get in range. That should work. And we'll then live wire the larva. Libbiel will hit the larva. Oh, I do need to... Yeah, I said that. There we go. It took some damage from that, both the piercing and the electricity. And that was Libbiel's turn. We are now up to Daegron.
Okay, Daegron's going to try to deal with this larva before they get the worm in, or the ooze in the room with them. So he's going to, as it's trying to like gnaw on his leg, swing down and try to like swat it away with a snagging strike here.
Did you get the guidance or no?
Wouldn't matter.
Even with the guidance, that's going to miss.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
And then I think he's going to just keep going here. So he'll do his second swing as it's kind of grossing him out, and he just keeps missing. And I think he's, as he kind of hears this pounding behind him, he just kind of prepares himself until we'll use dueling parry here.
So miss, and dueling parry. And yes, we now have the thing trying to beat down the door. I think that's who's next. Let me double check. Am I kidding? No, larva is next. Okay, the larva is going to kind of trying to keep feasting on your thigh. But it misses on its first attempt and gets progressively worse on its later attempts. Miss, a miss, and a critical miss. Not that does anything. But then you hear the door take another beating, and the door has collapsed. It will move into the room. That would provoke from you, Daegron. Oh, also
Yep,
it would no longer be frightened.
Yeah, I'll wait for that.
Yep, go ahead. You will crit it. You do know it's going to be... you can roll the crit damage. You do know it's roughly immune to crit, so it's going to take a lot less than the crit says. But yeah, it only took 5 points of damage from that.
Oof. Yeah, he swings back, and it kind of just drags through the ooze. It doesn't do too much.
And it has one action left. It has reach. Dezi is there. It goes for Dezi. But misses. That was its turn. Larva now has flanking on Daegron. Wait, did I already do the larva? Did I do them out of order? I did them out of order. Never mind. Yeah. Vanarel.
Okay. My instinct is to try and get on the opposite side of this thing, but with this thing's penchant for trying to grab spellcasters, I feel like I should stay at least here between myself and Libbiel. So I will stay here where I am. I will hunt this giant oil slick looking blob thing. And I'm going to flurry on it. remembering that I do have that new Monster Hunter thing. So hopefully, if I strike this thing, I'll be able to maybe also recall some knowledge on it, get some extra info on what the heck this thing is.
That will hit it.
You get that on hunt.
Oh, on the hunt, right. All right. Well, let me do what I feel is the more important thing and find out if I actually bash this thing.
All of your damage went through.
Let me get the other flurry.
The axe didn't, but the hammer did.
That one is a crit. Of course, it's not going to take extra from the crit, but you can still press the crit button. Foundry is wonderful about that.
All right. That'll make me feel a little better.
Needs a fortitude save? Oh, no, you wouldn't have the crit specs.
Don't have crit specs yet, no.
No, I'm not that good, not yet. But as for getting the
Good
recall
learn
knowledge,
they're easy to hit, generally.
That's true. With the recall knowledge that comes along with this, what skill should I be tossing at you?
Occultism, please.
Or
You don't know anything more than what Libbiel already told you. So it's slow. It is able to capture spells, and it can drain spells from spellcasters.
okay. So I've got one action left, which I will use just to try to hit this thing one last time.
That's going to miss.
Oh, I found a way to make it miss.
Dezi,
Start moving, then we're going to figure things out.
give me actually, give me a will save. As you walked through that magic circle on the floor, you briefly felt intense psychotic urges overwhelm your brain, but you shook them off.
Don't walk over the circle. It's got bad magic. There.
Okay. Zigzagging across the room, got it.
And I'm going to open the door to see what's there.
You should recognize that. You've been there before.
Oh, this is the passage down. Oh, okay, well, if we need to get away from that thing, this is a good way to go.
This is where you heard the chanting earlier when you were exploring up that way and ignored it.
That was my full turn, though.
Okay. Libbiel. She's been told not to use magic here.
There's a lovely door up here, Libbiel.
Yeah, Libbiel is going up that door, and I think around the corner at least. And we'll stop there. Up next will be Daegron.
Okay, Daegron really wants to deal with this larva and try to so they can focus on this ooze. So he's going to keep trying to put it out of its misery.
That is a hit.
Oh, minimum damage.
At least it's flat-footed.
The larva's not.
No larva.
With
That
the
would be
strike,
now
right?
because the snagging
Oh,
strike is.
yes, now it is. Yep. I'll put that on.
And
Oops, I put prone.
he'll continue going here.
That's going to hit again.
minimum damage again. He's just trying to not slam the axe into his own leg.
Yeah, it is up gnawing on your leg, and it is a little hard to swing without clipping yourself. You have one action left.
He's just going for it.
There's a crit. Even with the -10, there's a crit.
So as he kind of bashes it back and forth, it finally kind of rears back off his leg. He just buries the axe right into the center of the weird humanoid face and kind of turns then towards this ooze and prepares himself for next turn.
And just like the dretches, this one kind of dissolves into a putrid oil that slowly sublimates and vanishes into the air. And the ooze is up next. And yeah. Oh, yes. Vanarel. Vanarel has a light spell. It's going to attack Vanarel. It will hit Vanarel with a 19 against AC. It looks like it's exactly your target.
Yeah. Just what needed.
For 12 points of damage, equally mixed between bludgeoning and mental. You feel it like rummaging around your mind. It then tries to grab you. 21 against your reflex DC.
Oh, most certainly, yes.
You are now grabbed. And it's going to try this on you. It's going to have... Yeah. Give me a will save. That is a critical fail. You
Lovely.
are taking mental damage as it's rummaging around your mind. 3 points. You're stupefied 1. Are you still up? You have 1 HP. Look at that.
Seems fine.
If you were a spellcaster, and I don't believe you are, unless you took a spellcasting archetype and I don't know about it.
Nope.
Okay. So it would have regained some temp HP from draining a spell from you on that critical fail. It would have become quickened from that as well, but because you have no spells, it does not get all those bonuses.
Hit it quickly. I can't heal you right now.
Vanarel, you are up next. You are grabbed by this thing. It has its pseudopods wrapped around your body, squeezing, and it feels like it's sucking mental energy out of you.
Okay, well, it is preoccupied with my brain. I've still got a couple of hammers that seem to be doing pretty okay with this thing. So I am going to target correctly. The hammers seem like they're doing an okay job when I'm able to connect, so I'm going to do that. I'll start flurrying this thing left. I feel like I'm fighting a giant jello mold. Like I'm just like making the thing like wobble more than actually take damage.
That is a hit. Maybe you're causing a resonance to happen with the jello mold.
Ah, I found the internal resonance frequency of the weird oil slick thing.
For 5 more points. All of that works on it, though. That was strike 1 of the flurry, right? This is strike 2 of the flurry. That's also a hit.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I think that's 5 minimum damage rolls in a row between you and Daegron, aside from that one crit at the end. Yeah.
It's a
We've got two
theme.
little actions
Yeah,
left.
for sure.
Yeah, you still have 2 actions, though, at least.
I do still have 2 actions, and I'm going to keep striking at this thing. It's got me grabbed, but hopefully I'm...
That, even with your full map penalty, that is a crit. Of course, it doesn't take crits, but...
You might want to use a light hand spinner for the.
I'll feel much better about it for that one moment.
takes half of that. You have one action remaining, but huzzah for
Yep.
the Flurry Ranger getting 4 strikes off.
Well, when you're wrapped up by a
That
giant thing.
exactly hits. Wow.
Let go,
Minimum.
let go, let go, let go, let go, let go.
Minimum again. Yes, you've been bludgeoning it. It's rocking back and forth. The ooze is like flowing, swish-sloshing across the room, but it's keeping its grip on you, and you still feel it trying to drain more of your mental energy. Dezi.
Sorry, that's me. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to reload and shoot.
That will hit it. Okay. Does a little bit of damage. The bolt mostly passes through the mass and out the other side.
That's not very good. I don't have a lot. I'll reload, I guess. I don't have a lot more.
Okay. Libbiel around the corner is, are we running or staying? You told me to get out of there. I can't use
can
magic
stay,
on
but
it.
I don't know what we can do, so...
I could throw a torch at it. I'll just stay here. Daegron.
Okay, I'm curious. What does his unarmed attacks do as a fighter here?
You should be able to get it on Foundry. I think it's to be a D4
Okay,
bludgeoning.
1d4, yes.
Yep.
I think as he kind of like looks at his axe, as it's just, he slammed it the one time and it just barely seemed to do anything. He's almost with his like mailed fist, just like punching at the pseudopods holding Vanarel, and he's going to try to do something to it here. I don't think he can. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to get here to try to give any sort of flanking. So he's just going to start just punching at it.
That will critically hit with the punch.
And he's just not going to stop here.
And that will also hit. And I believe we are now out of initiative.
Oh, did we get? He just is reaching in like with gobs of it and just pulling away, trying to pull the tentacles off Vanarel.
Yeah, you punch, and eventually, like, your third strike, you realize you've already killed it on the earlier one, as your fist is kind of punching through this ooze that like seeps into the ground, and unlike the other ones that turned black and kind of viscous and horrible putrid, this one kind of just still kind of flattens out and disappears, but it doesn't really have that weird kind of tarry effect while that's going on.
This might be a good time to see our cleric friends in town.
Vanarel just takes a couple of steps back after being broken free of the tendrils and just falls onto the ground and just, okay, we have to... Give me a minute.
Yeah, I think even before we potentially search, just in case we spring anything, I think because we're in a place where we know a quick path back to town via the frog. So at least we can get out
we
quickly.
know pretty much even going south. We've mapped out a lot of this place, but Daegron will kind of step over.
I don't know. I would realize in character that this door led to that hallway, but fair.
Okay, yeah.
So. Maybe we head back out. Have we cleared this level? It seems.
And as we kind of like look around here, there may be a few doors we haven't checked, but we've definitely gotten most of it cleared.
Yeah, I'm thinking we head back to the town. By that point, maybe we can tend to ourselves a little bit and get some healing from our cleric's friends, or maybe back to the keep, and then we can. I want to look through these 2 rooms, but I think we're a little too hurt to do that.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Looking is about, I think, all I can manage right now.
And as you look around this room, just because we didn't have any description as we just ran into combat here. A no longer glowing Sahedron rune is carved on the ground to the north. In the southern end of the room, a vast copper cauldron, green with age, stands on thick legs over a blackened fire pit. Crumbling books line the shelves in the southeast corner, while work tables are covered with potions, oils, and salves that surely expired several centuries ago.
Yeah, let's poke through the potions once we get back, and we can check and see if there's anything we missed. I want to look through that last room too. It seems like there was some weird stuff going on there.
Okay. I think Daegron will start leading the way back out towards the keep.
Okay. We don't need to move you through the whole map here, but let me know, are you going back through the frog area, or are you trying to take a path you've not gone before?
I'd say let's stick to the paths we know. I don't want to run into anything with minerals just later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we will make your way back to the town. I don't need to have you move turn by turn through there. Let me put you back on that map. So you get back out, and it is still pretty early in the day. You got here early in the day. You've only been adventuring maybe about 2 hours. You know that the tide here, though, is out right now.
Oh, I think we go the way that leads to the keep.
Got it.
The other direction.
Yeah.
So you went underground this time, and you would come back out inside Stonehome. I guess we'll put you actually on the Stonehome map then. Actually, we'll put you on the basement map. So you arrive back at Stonehome, and you do see a hastily erected barricade of wood and boxes, a couple of spears it looks like are stabbed through there to help hold it in place. What are you doing?
Friends coming through. We're the ones that are clearing out below. But we got a little beat up, and there's some weird stuff going on down there still. So we're coming out this way to see if we can heal up. Anybody there?
Yes. What's the password?
I don't think they gave us a password. Quorum is good and rust is bad?
You hear a chuckle. Only a fool would attempt that. But, and we can take fools. And then you see a face peek over, and they then realize it is you. They know you. They start to move some of the stuff away. You have to squeeze through it. It looks like, they're not making it easy, but they don't want to push it all back. And you are able to make your way into this room now. Whoops, I need to not draw that time.
Vanarel, don't step on any nails or anything. I wouldn't want you passing out.
And, this individual here, one of the people you saved earlier, is the one who's manning this. I see you've returned, and you don't look so good. Is everything okay?
No. No, Vanarel could definitely use some healing. There was a large primordial slime of envy down below that tried to eat us.
Oh, I can help with that. Minimum healing. That's for Vanarel.
You fit right in our party. We like rolling ones. You wanna?
He'll do it again. That's better. But please, come in. We can head upstairs if you need to rest or visit the town. I'll need to reassemble the barricade here, though.
Do we want to just kind of take a breather, then head back down, or do you guys want to do more of a break in town?
I mean, I'm okay with the hour-long break to kind of, get our... I could use a medicine now, I guess, because I don't think Vanarel did one on me before, but, at least
I didn't get a chance to now.
Yeah. Daegron, do you want a medicine check? I feel like we're probably getting towards midday, but it's not that late.
Yeah, if
So
we
yeah,
can get
what?
me one, and then we can
Yeah,
we should be able to go back down after maybe we have some lunch.
yeah, that sounds good. Are you doing okay for supplies here? What's the status of things in the keep?
Uh, things are improving. There's still just the three of us, plus Trave and Sister Vanda. We have not found any other survivors who uh, have returned, but the town has been helpful. They have brought some food up. Maybe not quite enough for. I don't think they realize how much warriors eat, but it's still. Uh, it has been much better than what we could prepare for ourselves. I think it will be a
That's
long
good.
time before we are back to what we were before.
Maybe you should be something a little different than before. It seems like working with the town. That seems like a good way to go.
We may still work with the town, but in training, I am finding my center again. I am finding strength. I will overcome this.
That's a good attitude to have.
But if you're heading upstairs to get some lunch and do a little bit of treat wounds, we can just roll that really quick. If you have other things you want to ask him while you're rolling that, or things you want to ask Sister Vanda, I can bring her down here. I don't need to keep moving you around maps just to move you around maps.
Yeah, I think Daegron is he's interested in taking a breather here. He kind of like, as Vanarel's kind of tending their wounds, says, there's a couple more rooms we can check out as we get back, but might be time to head down again.
Yeah,
I
well,
think it is.
Sister Vanda will come back down. She maybe will have heard the discussion, wanted to make sure that no one was sneaking into the fort this way. She does look you all over. I see you're back again. What's the news on your elder you've been looking for?
Unfortunately, sounds like she was taken farther below. We aimed to follow, but there's lots of monsters and cultists, I guess. Dezi, what did they worship?
It seems like they're following the Rune Lord of Envy, or the old one, and some demon lord. What was his name? I start flipping through my notes book, which Desi would totally have.
Zara Asmak.
Yeah, Zarazmak. But they were supposed to be dead, so I'm not quite sure.
And
I mean, the demon.
yeah, and if you describe any of the cultists that you've been defeating, all of them are former acolytes from here. So I mean, some of the faces or descriptions, and she definitely gets upset, not at you, but still at the fact that so much of her group here has been turned and destroyed. She probably does not think they were worthy of redemption. They failed their test already, but it still saddens her that they have lost so many of what would have been this congregation here. And you said they are serving Belmarius?
Zar Asmak.
What about that Thessalonian who came here with the vial of stuff? Have you found him? Metronmar, I believe, was his name.
Nope, haven't seen them.
He needs to be brought to justice or death. Either one.
No,
Normally
both.
I'm
We can
not-
do both at the same time.
Normally, I'm
That
not so
is
much
the
for
preferred
violence.
approach.
In this case, yeah.
Well, I will get out of your hair. I'm glad to see our trainee here has properly guarded the gate and healed you as we had promised. And she then goes to leave.
Daegron, you've been around a lot. Have you seen things like this before in your travels?
I didn't go quite that far. Just skipped between some of the aisles nearby. Never seen this.
As they're eating lunch, Desi is probably kind of reverently takes out the journal that they found and is like, he's probably read the whole thing a couple of times, but he's still trying to see if there's anything he missed about his mother. in the journal and kind of rereading it.
So time passes. Looks like if there's any healing checks that need to be done, please roll them. And if not, I will move you back to the underground map. You go back through the tunnel. They rebarricade it. You can get back to at least the frog room before I'll need any information from you all. We move you to the frog room then.
Does the my stupefied value, is that going away over time, or
Let me
am I
let
kind of
me
stuck?
double check that. What was the duration on this one? For 1 hour, so it will have fallen off by now after your time at lunch.
Okay.
And you are now back in the frog room. You made your way back down the long tunnel. It's continuing to drip. You do have some questions on if it is going to last. It was hastily dug under the bay. We also are second hour in. I need to award 2 hero points here. Let's say, what does the party want to suggest?
Honestly, I was fleeing most of the last combat. I'd say give it to Vanarel and Daegron. They deserve it more.
Okay, done.
Banner almost got beat to death. He deserves one.
Plus, then when Vanarel rolls a nat 1 to do some healing on me, I can use it. So.
Yeah, most assuredly, yeah.
Do you mind doing the heal check real quick, Medicine?
Working on it. I'm just seeing if I can get my my portable set up to actually catch up to everything else.
That's a fail.
I feel fine.
Yep.
Do you want one?
Sure. Might as well give her a try. He needs practice.
Yeah.
He does. You got to keep him working, or else he won't. Oh, come
We've
on.
No,
got
he doesn't
that.
need practice. He stabbed me.
Alright, well, that's fine. There goes that hero point. I can.
You may have to reroll it for him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I will trigger that for you. Reroll using a hero point.
There we go.
Turned it into not quite a crit. So
Rather have Daegron have the hit points there. I can stand him back.
And
There we
you
go.
Daegron.
Okay,
Spick and span.
So do we want to search those 2 rooms and then kind of head down, I guess?
Yep. Let's go take a look at those rooms we never got a chance to really explore.
Yeah, we were a little busy for sure. We can look at it with a more calm eye.
Until as he kind of enters the room, he'll remember what Dezi said, and he'll avoid the circle in the middle of the room.
it does look like now there is no longer even any magical residue in that circle. So you think it was fading over the hour that you've been away.
So I cannot check the cultists right now because there's too much ooze on top of them.
I will fix that for you. I'll move the ooze there. I also hid most of them so we didn't have clutter, but I will add them. I will add them back. I think you can see all the corpses now. If you're looting mainly just daggers, I think is all that all of them had.
I just didn't know if they had anything special on them. Doesn't look like it. But I'll do a quick search of the room and try to figure out what sort of ritual was going on here. I assume it has something to do with the slug.
Sure.
That we found.
Give me a perception check for that. You don't find anything in the room. I will take, though, any of the magical disciplines on the circle itself. And with that roll, yes, you do identify that the magic circle, that is, there seems to be actually some like writing inscribed in that circle itself. So not the rune, but it's in addition to the rune. You can tell it is a diagram for casting planar servitor, which is a ritual for summoning, for bringing in a servant of a deity.
Okay. Well, I don't want to learn that, so I'm not going to bother that whole thing. Oh, I guess it could be for my deity if I wanted, but I don't. Yeah, it's all right. Okay. Daegron or Vanarel, did you want to take a look around? I've kind
Yep,
of
I,
checked it
I
out.
think while you were doing that, Daegron was just doing a cursory check of the area, just seeing if there's anything valuable he could find.
From
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I had to look around was exactly what you were doing, and you're the you're the expert on this over me for sure.
So Daegron at least investigates all of the oils and salves that were on the counters that were mentioned, and you can tell that all of them have dried, solidified, evaporated. There is nothing of value left in those. You can tell they are centuries old.
Ah, looks like nothing in here. Let's go check out this room. And I think Daegron comes over and he kind of like looks into this well. Is there anything else he sees in here? Does it go deep? He's gonna recap it if he can't see what's down there.
Yes, the well only looks to be about 10 feet deep. You can see the bottom. And you do see faint little wisps of like different colored energy every now and then kind of squirting into the well and, slowly kind of infusing the area. But you can tell it's like, barely visible.
Any objections if I put this back on?
It's good to me. I'll take a
None.
look around the rest of the room and see if I can figure out, like, is this machinery doing that or something?
Sure, you can give me an Arcana check for that, would be preferred. Yes. And if you didn't get it, I was going to roll for Libby, but you got it. You can tell that the spires, you know that these 2 points here, once again, are lining up with the bases of 2 of the Rusthenge spires up on the ground level. So you have found 3 of the bases of the spires, and these 2 are both connected to the work tables. And it does seem like these work tables are siphoning and directing energy into the well, allowing it to kind of work as a magical battery that is focusing some of this envy sin energy into the well.
Is there a way we can turn that off? Because nothing of that sounds good.
See
Dezi,
these wires in there.
yeah, you're pretty sure you could deactivate it with an interact action. You also know you can just hammer away and bash these things, whichever of those you prefer.
Let's just turn it off for now. I don't think we're going to want to turn it back on, but at the same time, maybe we can learn something from it, but it's not completely destroyed and prevent more leaks. So I will turn it off. If somebody does want to bash it, I'm not going to have a strong stance against that.
No, I think while you're looking at that, Daegron's just muscling the thing back on. And then remembering when he first came in and before he saw the cultists, you mentioned, was there a red book in the center of the room? Is what this is here?
Yes, there
Or in
is.
the top
There
center?
was a red book in the center of that wall, right about here.
He kind of
It's the only book
Okay.
that remains on the wall there.
looks
Magical
at it and
book?
then goes,
Wait. And I saw
Dezi,
Daegron
when you
did a
make
perception check here. Did I miss that when you did
No,
that?
that was the last
That
room.
was the last room. Got it.
But I will do one because he's going along a check. Blind.
You don't see. I mean, you see a book. That's all you see.
Yeah, I think he kind of pointed it out to Dezi and goes, I don't know, books seem to be your thing.
I'll
And
take a
that's
look
about- that's
around
about
perception first. I'll cast a detect magic too to see if there's something ignoring this magical machine.
So using detect magic together with that perception, you do find a number of items scattered throughout, the collapsed bookshelves and under the work tables. I'll move it over here. Number of another kind of odd light hammer, all kinds of artisan tools for metalworking, and then four liquids. These ones are still viscous and don't seem to be evaporated like the ones in the other room. Or sorry, 3 liquids and one arrowhead.
Dezi will start trying to figure out what they are. If somebody else, there's also a door to the southeast, which I think we might not actually know where that goes. So I'll sit down with these as you all do a little more exploring.
Daegron goes down towards just to confirm. He was pretty sure this opened out into a place they've been, but he sees it here and kind of just takes a look, doesn't see anything, and slowly closes in.
Yeah, you could tell that
regroups with everybody.
That led back to the northwestern exit from the worship hall or the grand hall. Mm-hmm. And while Dezi is identifying things here, we have there was a +1 cold iron warhammer.
The light hammer, actually.
Yes, sorry, light hammer. Sorry. The next one down the list you did also get, which was a anti-corrosion oil. And the last thing on the last ones you rolled, you missed the next one. You got then one after that. An oil of weightlessness. And I don't think you've rolled on the arrowhead. Or did I miss that? 1, 2, 3. No, there's 5. I missed one. Yes. And the arrowhead. It is a dragon bone arrowhead. So you did not identify one, but everything else here you've identified. So +1 cold iron light hammer, artisan's tools, two sets of metalworking tools, the anti-corrosion oil, that you can coat an object of 6 bulk or less with this oil for 24 hours. It takes half damage from acid and other effects that cause it to rust.
Okay, that seems like it'd be useful, but I don't know what we should put it on. I guess we'll find out.
I don't like that foreshadowing.
And then the oil of weightlessness, you can add it to a bulk of 1 item or less to make it into negligible. And the dragon bone is a talisman, so you would affix it to a ranged weapon. A melee or ranged weapon with a thrown trait. You have to be an expert with the weapon, and you can interact to use it. And what does it do?
Gives it returning.
It gives it returning. Yep. So.
Vanarel, did you want the cold iron light hammer and maybe put that dragon bone arrowhead on it? That might make sense.
Yep, take it.
Yeah, sure.
You now have 2 +1 weapons, one of which is cold iron.
So eventually, yes. Currently, no, because my current setup does not allow me to poke around inside the party stash too much, or with any kind of accuracy. So that's something I will definitely get to.
It's not in the stash; it's in the chest.
And I can't even move it from there to anywhere else.
I will drag it to your character sheet if that helps you.
If we're okay with me holding on to it, I feel like I've got like a bunch of stuff here already.
It's what you use.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on your character sheet now. I don't know if that helps. I know you're on mobile today and not your normal setup.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 3 of the anti-corrosion oils. Honestly, you fighter types who are with those pretty weapons and the whatnot should probably grab those.
Yeah, I'll take one for sure. I'll put 1 in the stash, and then we want to move 1 to Vanarel, maybe?
I will move 1 to Vanarel. And as you are kind of doing this, Dezi would have the chance to look at the book on the shelf. And what do you do, Dezi?
Do I do I feel like the book is magical first off?
No.
Okay, then I would carefully pick. I was doing a perception around it. I don't think I thought it was. Oh, okay, picked it up.
The book was a lever to open a secret door to a room you've already been to.
Well, I guess it's a sign we should go down now.
Well, About that time, he'll go walking over towards it to head towards the stairs.
You do notice that this room still has one of those Runewell pillars connected to an apparatus, along with a table
Oh.
just like the one you were in the room with before.
So yeah, I mean, I think we didn't figure anything out about it last time, so I'm not sure we can this time. I mean, if I'm able to figure out anything more about this now that we kind of know that these power these things.
You don't know a way to turn this one off with just a switch like you did.
Okay. Maybe I'll come back once we learn.
If not, we can always break them.
Sure.
And Daegron will lead them down the stairs.
Okay. I will move Libby down. And that will change
remember
maps.
remember to stay away from the door. It seems weird and maybe crappy/cursed.
Oh yes, the rusty, spiky door.
All right.
Oh, let's see. Vanarel, I think, somehow got stuck on the previous map. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. And now not the stream map. Got it. Put everyone there. So you are back down on this lower level.
As Daegron kind of steps down the stairs, he kind of looks north and sees a door, and looks to the south and sees a passageway, and he goes, "We've got the collapsed passageway south and a door north. What do you think?"
And a door west. There was the double door that was kind of rusted that was trying to grab you at times.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that
we
was
are
the
not
bad
going to
news
that door
one.
yet.
The sin spawn came from the south. Maybe there's more of a chance of or Ordwi being there.
That's as good as reason as any, and he'll start walking down south. He'll climb over this rubble into this this tunnel here.
And stop there, please.
Mhm.
Because you will see a creature in that room that looks something like this. A short winding tunnel, ancient and artificial, leads to a natural pocket in the stone. A large number of what appears to be ruined pieces of furniture lies in heap along the northern side of the cave, and what appears to be a nest has been built into the middle of the mess. And as you arrive, this thing looks at you, giggling, and, "Oh, give me your pretty belongings, and I will tell you all that you wish to know."
And Daegron will kind of like whisper over. He's like, "Dezi, what is this thing?"
I will unpause things now. You can move up a little bit, but if you don't go past where Daegron is.
Yeah, Daegron's not moving forward. He's kind of holding this tunnel here.
Dezi, you do not know what this is. It looks like
I don't know.
a horned
It's
human. Your
Vanarel, do
pretty
you wanna move
stuff.
up?
Give it to me now, or leave.
Can't we just have a conversation?
Oh, wait, sorry. Actually, let me see if you even speak the language it's speaking. Just realized that might be a problem.
Vanarel, are you able to move up?
Working on it.
If you need me to move, you let me know.
Yep. I just had to fight with my thing a little bit here.
Yeah, it actually, you're not actually understanding what it's demanding. None of you speak its language. So,
Yeah.
after a while of yelling at you all and you not answering back, it will attack. So I'll repause things, toggle you into initiative. So go ahead and roll.
That's some good rolls.
Okay. And up first is that creature. So what is he going to do? He is going to run up to Vanarel. And actually no, he'll start here first. He's going to throw some rubble at you. Whatever he had in his hand, he's throwing at you. Which misses. He then closes the distance towards you and is going to try to bite you.
Oh, I should mention with the defend action still going, he has dueling parry up.
Okay. He will hit you, it looks like.
Just barely hits still, yep.
For 17 points of damage. And I will need a fortitude save. As he bites into your arm and is ripping off a piece. But you are fine. He actually fails to rip off a portion of your arm. And that was his whole turn. Up next will be Daegron.
Wait for me, Daegron.
Yep, he'll delay then.
Okay. Libbiel will also delay. Vanarel, do you want to delay for Dezi or not?
I'll
You can
delay
go.
for Dezi.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Go Vanarel. I
What?
need you out of the way so I can cast.
Oh, okay. I was gonna rearrange orders differently.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we want to do Vanarel first, then Dezi, then Daegron, then Libbiel. Vanarel, you're up.
Okay. Hearing that from Dezi, Vanarel will initially pause until he gets like the shove from behind. Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let's see if I can swing up around to the not completely opposite side of what it looks like. Is this square above where I am a viable space to stand?
It'd be difficult terrain, but you could stand there. Yes.
Can get there. Since this thing is in the habit of wanting to bite and such, I will take every advantage I can, get around behind this thing. Size it up with my hunt prey. All right. Well, let's see what this new hammer can do. Clock in the back of the head. You want to start biting people?
You miss.
The grip is funny. I got to get used to that. Second, the warhammer, perhaps.
That one will hit.
Yeah. See, this one feels right. I gotta adjust the handle.
It seems a little rattled by the hit. I think you still have. Is that it? Did you move Hunt, Prey, and Flurry, or?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Dezi.
Dezi's just gonna step up behind Daegron, and this worked well yesterday. Let's see if it works well today. I say, and I'll touch your weapon as it glows with a holy power.
Okay, Daegron. Once you apply runic weapon, it is your turn.
Okay, as his axe kind of starts glowing here, he is going to let out a battle cry and do an intimidation on this creature. Moralize into intimidation.
That is a success. It is frightened 1.
And then he will start to try to lay into it with the axe here.
That is going to hit.
For 15 points of damage.
It
And then he'll follow it up with another one, and that would have been also snagging, so he'll be off guard.
He's off guard. Okay, done. Because of the off guard, that will hit.
And then he will, with his forceful on it, he swings again for 14 points of slashing damage.
It looks about half dead at that point. It looks like it can take a beating. Libbiel is up next, who will move around enough to get line of sight to it. And then we'll do her usual thing of a live wire. And miss. She'll use her hero point here. That will make it into a hit. For max damage.
Nice.
And then it is its turn. It is not happy of what's going on. What does it want to do? Well, it does think it can maybe just chomp. Let's start by chomping Daegron some more. And then move away out of flank eventually. So it's going to try to bite you. Or what does this one do? No, it can't do that one. Got it. Okay. Yep, so it's going to try to bite Daegron. And it will miss with the first attempt. It will try a second. It will hit on the second.
Yep.
For pretty high damage there.
Yep,
he dying
falls
one.
Down from that.
And you will need to give me another fortitude save as he's trying to rip off a chunk of your face this time.
He's going to re-roll that.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, okay. No, it's just a failure.
Just a failure. You have a charisma penalty. As you have a horrible wound on your face that is not in good shape. He has one action left, and yeah, he's going to move out of line of sight of the people in the hallway. Vanarel. I don't know why it's saying Vanarel. Oh, he's moved out of the light. You can't see him. Yes, Vanarel can't see.
I cast a light on Vanarel. Did that go away at some point?
It looks like it did. I'll put it back on. That should be on him. That is true. That has me put that back on. I don't know when he lost it. That was even why this.
Does that not get?
Oh, maybe it's not on this mini because this is a different level and I cast it when it went back on.
Yeah, or something like that. I mean, but that was why the envy thing was following him around because it counted as a spell.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know if that's what it tried to eat off of me or.
Yep. Okay, but now you can see where it moved to.
I can get my view to center on myself. I bet that I can. I have to reload the map, and then it reloads with my token in the center. And that's how I've been moving from the map from place to place. Ah, there he is. Lincoln down there, huh? All right. Well, you're still my prey.
He is no longer off guard, and his frightened has ticked down one.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to move down to here and find out. Let's press him right into the walls. This is where he wants things to end for him after trying to chew up my friend.
That is a hit.
You're doing these in the wrong order for your flurry. You're doing the light hammer before the heavy.
It's the new one, so I'm just trying to work it out.
Let me know if you need me to roll the damage for you.
There you go. I caught up. I said like There, thank goodness. That's all.
You do see its skin burn extra from that.
Oh. And then here is the
That will
other.
also hit.
Never mind, it's totally the right order.
I guess so, yeah.
You have one action left after moving and flurrying. It is
Yep.
looking very beat up now.
Okay, you don't like this, huh? Well, here, let me try to give just one more shot on you here. The one that you don't like.
And that will miss.
I'll hold it up menacingly against him.
Dezi.
Well, my friends down here, I'm going to heal them. I'll utter some divine words and say blessings of the road upon you, and I touch Daegron with a 2-action heal. Only a little blessing.
A little blessing, he's not dead.
That's fair.
You have one action left.
Yep. And then since I can't really see what's going on, I'm going to move past Daegron into the room, but to the far side. Okay.
Libbiel, I guess, doesn't really want to go into the room, but I think has no other choice to be effective. So we'll come into the room and we'll do a live wire. Which misses. And that, oh, she does not have shield on anymore. Oh, no, it's Mystic Armor. I should not have taken that off. I'll put that back on. Okay, but that was Libbiel's turn.
Electrical damage.
I thought oh yes, thank you. I'll do that right now. And while that's happening, Daegron, if you want to deal with your turn.
Yep, I think Daegron will roll over and stand up with his first action here. Prone. With the axe on the ground, he pulls one of his hatchets off and then will, with third action, throw it at the creature here.
That will miss.
Just clatters against like the stone wall right behind it.
And up next is the creature who is now going to bite Vanarel, he is really unhappy about that burning hammer. That thing should not exist.
Did I get your attention with my new toy? Come on.
He will hit you. And I will need the fort save. Going for one of your elf ears. Oh, you took a damage twice.
I need those.
I'll undo one of
Oh,
those.
good.
Yep, I undid one of them.
Oh.
Your ear is like hanging off partially. It's going to need to be reattached as you have a mutilating bite with a charisma penalty.
Oh, yes.
He tries to bite the other one. And misses, but we'll try a third time. He latches on to the other ear and starts pulling, doing 10 points of damage, and I will need another fortitude save. Oh, I'll double take off one of those. It looks like whatever you're doing is double clicking and applying damage twice.
Yeah.
And that is a stacking penalty, so you have a -2 charisma modifier right now.
Okay.
And that was its whole turn. Vanarel.
Yes.
Wait, that's not right. Your health is not right. I think it actually...
Yeah, it didn't... The cancel didn't take off, like, the fact that they would have gone unconscious.
Because I think you took... Oh, would you have been dropped
22
by that?
total.
Yeah, you took 22 total. Were you topped off coming into this? Do you know?
Pretty sure it's yes. I
Okay.
think they went down to
mean-
like you
So I think
deep red. And then,
four
Yeah.
is what I would think it would be if you were topped off. So I'm putting you to that.
Yes. Okay.
And it is now your turn.
All right. Let me try to strike this thing with its favorite new hammer. Feeling a little inspired to lead off with this one, so hopefully I can connect with him.
That is a hit.
Leave a little brand right across his face. He's gonna start taking off
And
my
yeah,
ears.
it kind of sinks into his face and just keeps sinking as you kind of just press through. You see it also now turns into that weird goo of tar and blackness that starts simmering and bubbling before having a horrible stench in the room, but disappearing. And we are out of combat. No one is currently dying, so we don't need to track initiative.
Oh, this thing was
Yeah.
foul.
That wasn't fun. Yeah. Are your ears okay, Vanarel? They're looking a little dangly.
What?
Oh, sorry. This is not Dezi laughing, I swear.
Yeah, they're feel a little raw right now.
Yeah. What? How is it that like you go downstairs and suddenly everything's harder? It's weird.
What is or was that?
I don't know. Does Libby know?
Libby can try to identify it for you.
I'll start. While they're working on that, I'm going to start looking through its stuff.
Libby thinks it's an Oni of some kind. Dezi, you can tell that all of the rubbish in here looks like it was destroyed furniture, tables and chairs and beds. You don't see anything of value in this. It does all look like it was very recently smashed.
Does anyone else want to take a look around? Otherwise, I think we might want to visit our frog friends and rest for a little bit here.
Yeah, I think Daegron would have. He's like, he after the fight finished, he's like, he was asking for shiny things. Maybe he had something else, and he's just rooting through everything.
Perception check on that. Yeah, you're not seeing anything, Daegron.
He just goes, looks like it's all junk.
So we can head upstairs and take another quick break or longer break, depending.
Okay, I will.
You want to keep us here just for the purposes of doing some healing? I
Sure.
don't know.
I'll leave you here. And also, when you stop to take some resting, you will level up to level 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
So we can do that right now. Well, actually, do you have a plan for your characters enough that you can do it quickly, or would you rather do that between sessions? I did not give you the heads up this time that it was coming.
I mean, doing it will probably take. I could probably do it in 5 or 10 minutes. Not too long.
Actually, maybe with Vanarel also not being on normal computer, maybe we will do a little bit more role play, but then call the session a little early. That's probably the better solution, I think, right now. So
That makes sense. Plus with Libby not being.
yeah, I think that's the solution here. So the 4 of you are back up, maybe with the frogs, maybe in a different room up there that you feel like you can barricade. You're doing some healing. What would you be talking about in terms of, you've not found Ordwi yet. You want to find her. What are you learning from the combats of how you can support each other better or differently? Just, what would be your tactics talk around the patch up time?
Yeah, I mean, the runic weapon seems to work really well on your axe, Daegron, especially now that you've got 2 magic weapons. It seems like a lot of these things, cold iron works pretty well. If I could get my hands on a little bit of cold iron, I could actually make my needle darts a little more effective.
And Daegron kind of like points towards the other hammer that Vanarel has and says, "Well, if you're using those magic ones, that one might work for it." I think you found just a flat cold iron weapon.
Oh, I guess that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I feel like my crossbow hasn't been as effective. Maybe I'll put it away for now and just have something out. Well, I guess I can just hold on to it too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if needle darts really has any.
I believe the rule there is it needs to be a one bulk or greater item, and the hammer would count for that. It needs to be on your person. It does not need to be held.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I might grab one of the cold iron things just to have it. Though I'll need to figure out some bulk because I have a feeling Hefty Hauler is going to be feat I'm going to be taking soon. But yeah, Libby, you're. I guess we'll wait till Libby's here to really talk about strategy with that.
Yeah, no, I think that would work fine. I think our strategy has been mostly good. It's just some bad rolls.
Yeah.
I'm just
Then
glad
the
Libby
creatures
wasn't here
were
to
fighting.
see the nat ones and nat twos over and over again on the spells.
Especially with you, you've had a lot of 2s and 3s as a fighter, which is just unfortunate. So
Oh well. But yeah, I'd imagine we bandage up here, kind of go through all of this. What did you guys think? Do you think we would head back for the day?
I feel like if we spend a few more hours or whatever it takes to get close to full at this point, it's going to be like 3, maybe 4 o'clock. It may be a little bit earlier, but maybe we go for one more exploration and we need longer healing after that. I think we're definitely calling it a day. Not sure how everyone else feels.
And yeah, his dagger kind of like looks back down the stairwell. Like I think as we're a little ways away from it, and he goes, "We've had multiple fights down there where we barely made it out. I think we've got a better handle on it now, but we should be careful."
Why don't we do like the 2 hours worth of healing rolls that you were saying? So if we can get 2 rolls on Vanarel and 2 rolls on Daegron, and then you can make the decision on if you have to retreat for the day already or if you're going to press on after that. So
That's a good idea.
if you keep chatting about plans while we get those 4 rolls done in the background.
Yep.
I'll take one at some point. Actually, I'll take 1 or 2 depending on what's successful. Go ahead. Yeah. I mean, oh right, I'm going to learn some new spells too. I'm gonna have to think about what I take, but that'll certainly help.
And
The
as is
only
my
question
usual
is,
rule
You're
for
still-
mid-session level up, you can prepare the new slots. You don't get the old ones back. Any unused healing fonts, though, are leveled up to the level 2 version already.
Okay, cool. I've got 3 of 4 left, so I'm pretty. Actually, I'll
Nice.
have them pretty powerful.
Vanarel was going to focus on getting Daegron back and
Okay.
healed up first. So that's what that first one was there.
That will
Then
also clear your wounded.
Yep.
We will
take care of that.
carefully wrap the bandage around my head to keep both of the ears in place.
Yeah, I think Dagger's just kind of like it's another like kind of where you see on his left side of his face, like kind of running under his one eye, kind of down his jaw. He has kind of a little bit of a ragged scar there. You see now, like on the other side, there's one just kind of like over on the side near maybe below his ear, where it looks like maybe it tried to take his off, but just barely missed. Yeah, it's another one for the face, I guess. Well, might as well be my resume.
So after just pinning his ears in place, and that's about it, Vanarel will spend the time to heal up Dezi as well.
So in the first hour, you got some
Sure.
healing on Daegron and Dezi, none on yourself. We're doing 1 more hour here. It looks like only you need it, Vanarel.
Yeah. Because Libby's in good shape as well.
it looks like Daegron took Dezi's heal, and that's why Daegron was topped off. So Daegron could also use a heal in the second hour, but looks like Vanarel got success on himself. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I just had to pin the ears in place, and then they heal naturally. Oh, that applied twice again.
I will undo one of them. There we go. And I think one more roll on Daegron, and I think that will resolve the 2 hours of healing.
Oh.
I think you're out of hero points.
Yes, I've got
Give
one
it to
here.
Oh,
me.
you got one? Okay.
No.
I'll click it for you. Is that right?
Yeah, I can't.
That just gets it.
You go.
There we go.
Okay, so after 2 hours of patching yourselves up, looks like 3 of you are in pretty good shape. Vanarel is still at only about half health. What would you want to be doing?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta update my healing font. I'm gonna cast a heal on Vanarel and say we can go on a little bit. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Take that back.
That's a lot of healing back for Vanarel.
Ooh.
Okay, the
Oh, yeah.
party looks like you're in good shape. No one has wounded conditions, I believe, right now. Vanarel has one, but I think we should take that off.
Yep. Full heal.
And everyone's in good shape. Vanarel still has the 2 mutilating bites. Daegron has the bite. There we
Yeah,
go.
I think we look good enough. Maybe for another round.
But I think, as I said, we still need you all to level up and deal with that. So we'll handle that between sessions. So I think we will call this here for today. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for tuning in. And hope to see you all next week. Goodbye, everyone.
See everybody.
See you then.
See you later.